Marty Du Plessis. Who are you?
I'm a normal woman. I grew up in a farm, a rotation crop farm, tobacco and wheat. And as a young girl, at 9 years old, I already started selling fresh vegetables and cut flowers, which was unheard of for a child, number one. Number two, it was my grandmother's hobby I took over because she used to help people heal with herbs. So I was in the alternative healing profession at a very young age.
Where did you grow up?
In Brits, Rooikelbes, on a farm. A simple farm girl, surrounded by hills, beautiful tobacco plants, and the smell of flowers, with the Crocodile River not even 50 meters from the house. We used to take the weeping willow branches and sail over the river and then just let go. I grew up very natural, climbing trees, the only child. My brothers and sisters were the black little kids on the farm.
What is your motto in life?
Your biggest investment is your life partner. Do not invest in anything like a house or a tree or a garden or a car unless you investigate it very well. The same for your business partner or your life partner. If that life partner has flaws, fundamental flaws, and they don't want to fix it or work on it, don't go there. However, we all have flaws, and if they're prepared to work on it, go for it.
Are you married?
Unfortunately, no, but I was married to a very, very good man, a very loving man who never raised his voice to me, who loved me very much and treated me like a princess.
Do you have children?
And not two-legged children, but I do have cats. I used to breed Siamese cats. I adore cats and I adore wildlife, and I would love to have children. I think I would have made a very good mother. But now God has given me so many children of different colors, creeds, and ages that I don't need them.
What is your corporate experience?
Ah, I started from the bottom, worked myself up from a debtors clerk to a credit controller to a senior credit controller to a credit manager to a senior credit manager, and well, voila, I landed in the corporate world as a senior credit manager, national basis, where I used to go from branch to branch working with key accounts like Metro, Macro, Pick and Pay, and all those. I was a mediator between the chairmen and the CEOs that could play golf together, but they couldn't collect from each other.
How did you become spiritual, not religious?
It's a long story. However, I've always believed in God, and because I'm my only child, many years ago, we didn't have a library on the farm, and the buses or trucks used to come around with the books. I was 9 years old when I read my first book on Einstein and the brain, and since then I had this hunger for reading, and I've always been questioning things. I've always had an inquiring mind. My mother was a pastor, my grandmother and her brothers and sisters, everybody always allowed me to think deeper, to ask questions. I had a most incredible father who always used to tell me why it hurts him if I do something, how it's going to hurt me in the future, and why I shouldn't do things. And well, sometimes hiding would have been much easier, but it taught me to be spiritual, to think, to be compassionate, and to care.
What do you do now for a living? Key account projects.
Key account projects obviously is a spin-off from our corporate world, where I train people to become credit managers, where I train credit controllers to collect money to get the maximum output for the time put in. I also do motivational speaking. My debtors days and all my life and the corporate world collectively of 7 branches or whatever, because in the head office you are not in charge of staff, but you are indirectly in charge of them, was never ever less or more than 34 days.
Adult coaching.
Adult coaching is my pet love. I always wanted to become a vet or a psychologist. So I became a life coach, adult coach instead. I help you from financial to personal to sexual to health problems, whatever it may be, I can help you, and I do.
Angel readings.
Angel readings, I was born with a gift. Since I was 3 years old, I knew who was on their way visiting. I could see things, I knew things. And angel readings, the card itself, is just a medium to help people. I personally don't need anything. I can tell you about you, I can tell you about people that I meet. Sometimes it is not a gift, it may be a curse because I know too much. I know who you are and what you've been doing or what you plan.
T for two.
T for two is a spin-off from spiritual guidance because I get a lot of people who's been in relationships that didn't work out, or they're single or they're lonely. T for two is now starting where I do an introductory service with a difference. It's not just a normal matchmaking, it is where I will introduce people, I will advertise for you personally, I will go through those people that apply almost like an employment agency, and I will find the right person for you. I will not inundate you with people. I will give you 3 people or 5 maximum that meet your criteria, and based on my insight, you will come and have a lovely cup of tea and maybe a bun or a piece of cheesecake in my garden, meet these potential partners, and there you are.
Health and wellness coordinator.
Right. I've been very ill. I contracted the flesh-eating disease 2 years ago. My legs were nearly amputated, and I saw that as a very good opportunity to coordinate, almost like a wedding planner, health and wellness, where I will find out what is wrong with you, what you need, whether it's image consulting, whether it is a homeopath, whether it's an iridologist, whether it is sprucing up your way of behavior and the way you dress, and I will introduce you to different people that will give these services to you at a reasonable price. Plus, keep in mind that I will also help you with a few problems that you may have psychologically.
Future Health and Wellness Center.
Wow, that's a secret. Just about to be born. I plan to have a very big house with little chalets, and in each chalet you will have a different healer working for themselves. So you will have a shop under one roof with a huge, beautiful tree and coffee shop in the middle. So it will be a health and wellness center with an esoteric feel. So we could almost say a permanent esoteric market or fair come health and wellness. We will have a psychologist, we will have a GP, we will have all the healers that you can think of. Astrology, Reiki, reflexology, whatever you need, it will be there. Plus, the chalets will be around the house in a maze, almost like a labyrinth that you've got to walk. You can always only come in on the one side and go out on the other side. Therefore, it means that each and every healer will have passing trade.
What are your dreams?
My dreams will be to meet a wonderful man who's got lovely children, who will whisk me off my feet on his white horse. Oh wow, and then I woke up. But I would like to be happy again. I would like to find a man who is compassionate, kind, not fanatic, not overly jealous, a man who is compassionate and caring towards all our people in South Africa that are not extra left wing or extra right wing, a nice middle of the road, normal ordinary man, because I'm a normal ordinary woman.
What do you love?
I love cats of all sizes, big or small. I love nature. I absolutely adore God and what God stands for. I love people.
What do you hate?
I hate people that are pretentious. I hate not the people themselves, but their actions. I hate people that are not caring, that are cruel, that do things to harm people, people that project. Again, not the people, but their actions. People who harm people, but most of all, the destruction, the gluttony, the greed, that we find in this gorgeous country of ours, where we can all be so happy and so prosperous, because the law of attraction tells us that what we wish we can have, but the red tape in the country to protect those that's on the top does not allow us to do that.
What do you want to do for South Africa?
I would love to teach people to tolerate each other, to care for each other, to be fair, to stop plundering and murdering, and to realize that each and every one of them can create a small mini business from home, whether they plait hair, whether they make tea, whether they make scones or bake cakes, whether they do nails, whether they do garden design, whether they fix cars, whether they fix shoes, whether they do a bit of interior decorating. Not just interior decorating for the rich and famous, but interior decorating for the normal person. Swapping maybe all the furniture in one street and using it in different homes. I would like people to realize that each and every one of us has got a gift, and we can use that gift to create wealth.